welcome everyone. It is great to see such a big crowd on our call today. Here's some updates, and certainly for many of you, I know maybe have some things a little bit later on you need to get to, and we certainly understand if you need to drop off the line. So anyway, we'll get going. So a couple things just to start off the meeting. I hope all of you saw Jeanette's newsletter that she just sent out a couple days ago. That is full of information. Please review that. A lot of good stuff out there. So Jeanette, thank you for putting together another fantastic newsletter. I tell you, that's she really does a lot of work to make sure we get that update every month, and yeah, it's great to see. So thank you for doing that. A lot of links, some training in there, and some opportunities. So just be aware of that. I know I announced this at our last meeting, and some of you weren't on, but I also wanted to highlight again that I always like to highlight folks from North Dakota when we have them doing really good things and that are part of our ESGR committee. But I want to mention, shout out to Jerry Engelman again for being selected as an ombudsman, train the trainer for ESGR. And Jerry, I don't know when that's going to kick off, but I know you'll be ready to go. And that's a testament to General Engelman and his respect for being a longtime ombudsman for ESGR. So thanks, Jerry. And I don't know if John Onken is on. You bet. Thanks, Jerry. I don't know if John Onken is on the call today or not either, but I don't know how many of you get the Prairie Business Magazine. I used to get it when I was gainfully employed, but I know Dave saw it, maybe many of you that are still working and subscribe to that, but it's a great magazine for things that go on in North and South Dakota. But John Onken, as all of you know, is our co-chair of our Grand Forks Region ESGR committee. But nice article on John's business, True North Equipment, up in Grand Forks. They are a John Deere dealership that he owns with another gentleman, but they were highlighted for some of the things that they're doing in their business. So if you have an opportunity or would like to see that, I know I have it. I think Dave Johnston has it. Jeanette probably has the link as well to that Prairie Business article, and we'd be glad to pass it on. But a very nice article. So John, I don't know if you're on or not. I know he was going to try and join today, but anyway, congratulations on a nice article. And then the other thing I wanted to call out, we've been doing a lot of Patriot Awards lately, and as you know, most of them have been done by Zoom. We were allowed to do the NDSU Above and Beyond presentation. Dave and Mike, Colonel Anderson were able to be a part of that with Dr. Brashani from NDSU. And so that was exciting. Thank you, Chair Bogle and Captain Underhill, for allowing us to move forward with that award, but it went very well. And some great recognition for the partnership and work that they do to support our servicemen and women. So thank you for that. And the other thing, last week, and this maybe had to be a record for us, but we did a Zoom Patriot Award presentation to a company called Bushel in Fargo, North Dakota. Dave Johnston led that award discussion. The thing I wanted to point out, and I know we're all hoping to get back for in-person meetings as soon as we can, but the power of this technology and the Zoom that we have right now and the difference that it made. But we had 87 participants on that call the other day, 87. Now that's employees of that company. And we had one of Lieutenant Commander Stevie Greenway's Navy servicemen nominate 4 fellow employees at that company. And I know at least 2 of them, maybe 3, did not have an idea that what the Patriot Award was. And boy, but it sure made a difference. And they were sure excited to receive that award. But to have 87 employees who heard the ESGR message that day, saw that award, it's tough to buy that kind of airtime. And Dave, congratulations on that and getting that, and Jeanette for getting that all organized that day. But that was just a lot of fun and outstanding. And I know the CEO of that company was extremely excited to receive that award. So they'll be proud to have our statement of support. And I know the recipients of that award were very excited. So good job. And I always love when I can always share good news. I know when I was still responsible for running a bank about a little over a year ago, it always made me excited to get information in the mail about employees that were doing a good job for our customers. And that always made my day. Of course, you know, sometimes you get some of the bad stuff too, being the regional president, but by and large, it was just always exciting to hear good news from customers. So just a very few weeks ago, beginning of this month, I received a letter in the mail or in the email, and I'm going to read it to all of you if I can get my other computer. So excuse me if I look away because I wanted to read this letter. And let's see, let me get to it here. Come on, there we go. Get my old computer to cooperate. Anyway, this letter is dated February 5th, 2021, addressed to a gentleman by the name of Mr. David Johnston, Rose Creek Drive, Fargo, North Dakota. And it says, "Dear Mr. Johnston, congratulations on your selection to receive the James M. Roche Spirit of Volunteerism Award, the highest award given by the employer support of the Garden Reserve to a state committee volunteer. The Roche Award is named for Mr. James M. Roche, who served several years as the ESGR National Chair after retiring as Chief Executive Officer and Chairman of the Board at General Motors Corporation and other senior leadership roles at PepsiCo, Jack Eckerd Corporation, and the New York Stock Exchange. Mr. Roche was quoted as saying, 'Anybody who achieves a top position in an organization owes a debt of some kind. If you have a talent and you have your health, you should help others.' In testament, this award recognizes your sustained quality service as an ESGR volunteer over a substantial number of years. Your selection highlights your patriotism, good citizenship, and public service, at times achieved through great personal sacrifice. Your active participation has significantly enhanced the effectiveness of ESGR and the defense of our nation, for which we are extremely grateful. Thank you for your superlative service to our national defense. Signed, Ronald E. Bogle, National Chair, ESGR, Employer Support of the Garden Reserve." So, Dave, congratulations. Yeah, we can all clap. Dave. My better half is joining me today because she knows Dave. And,
both here.
Very well deserved, Dave. Very well deserved.
Thank you.
So Dave, you can't say anything yet, Dave, because I'm not done with you yet. So I'm going to just mention a few things. So this was in Dave's nomination that I wrote up. This is way back in November of this year. But in it, I just want to highlight some of the things about Dave and why he earned this award. So, you know, I've got a lot of wonderful volunteers, and I'm trying to do catch up on a lot of awards, but this is one that really, when we look at MMS and we go back and look over time again, this award is not a one-shot deal. This is something that's earned over years of recognition and hard work and volunteerism. So first of all, as all of you know, Dave is my state vice chair. You know, he's kind of might have been the guy responsible for getting me into this position. So the thing that I needed to do right away, I needed to have a good state vice chair, and he was good enough to serve in that. I don't know if we'd had a state vice chair for a while, but anyway, he is my state vice chair. And he also serves as the Fargo Region Chair, co-chair for ESGR out of Fargo. And that's our largest committee in the state, our largest region. Also, Dave serves on the governor's military task force that's headed up by our adjutant general, Major General Alan Dorman. Some stats on Dave, just from an ESGR perspective, just what I can find, and I know he doesn't log them all, but over the last 5 years, and I know we all probably suffered a little bit in our volunteer hours last year, but Dave's we're still right up there, but he has logged over 1,500 hours of volunteer time over the last 5 years. He's organized successful boss lift events each of the last 5 years, or prior to last year anyway, before we had this thing called COVID. kind of took care of a little bit of that, but we'll get him going again. He participates on our state awards committee since we got that going now about 3 years ago. So he's involved in that. He's presented over 150 statements of support and over 100 Patriot Awards. Now, some of those I know that that number is light. That's just what I can find on the MMS, and he's presented 10 above and beyond awards. Dave initiated with our 119th Air Guard friends our first lunch with the boss events. We'd never done those before, but we pulled off 2 of those in 2018 and 2019. And Dave and I know General Haugen had a lot to do with that as well, but organized those events, and they were very huge. We were able to have a lot of fun. The business community that was able to attend really enjoyed those. He's made numerous yellow ribbon presentations since being an ESGR volunteer over the years. He's recruited a number of volunteers to keep the Fargo committee going. He is, as you know, a retired captain in the Navy Reserves. And I believe Dave, 27, 28 years of dedicated service to the Navy Reserves. Last year at our APAM, Dave, we were able to award him the 7 SEALs Award for outstanding service. And he's won other numerous ESGR chair awards over the years as well. Dave represents our ESGR committee on the Fargo-Moorhead West Fargo Area Chamber of Commerce Military Affairs Committee. He's involved in his local church. He's involved in the Fargo Air Show. He's got his fingers in a lot of things that go on in Fargo and ESGR, and he's touched a lot of people over the years. So with that, again, congratulations, Dave, and it's still not your turn to speak. So, but anyway, congratulations on behalf of all of us. We have a lot of stakeholders, partners with ESGR on the line today. That's why we have just a huge amount of folks that are with us today. And it isn't because of me, I know that. Maybe we'd only have 15 people on here today, but it's because of you earning this award and this recognition. Carol, thank you for sharing Dave. See, Carol's able to sneak in and join. We tried to be as sneaky about this as we could, so we wouldn't let the cat out of the bag and give you a little surprise today. But Carol, thank you for allowing Dave and the partnership that I know that you doing a lot of things with Dave. Obviously just a vital part, just like Lori Jo does with me here as state chair. So with that, I'm going to turn the program over to our national chair of Employer Support of the Guard and Reserve, all the way from North Carolina, visiting with us today, and has become just a very good friend of our ESGR committee here in North Dakota. But Mr. Ron Bogle, the floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, Dalton. And Dave, I do want to tell you, I'm trying to locate you here on the screen now. You're on the other side. There's no place that I'd rather be than right here with you folks from North Dakota. I'm glad weather-wise I'm in North Carolina, but I'm happy from a meeting standpoint to be with you folks in North Dakota. I do want to say something. First of all, I want to congratulate you on your selection as a James M. Roche Spirited Volunteer Award. As Dalton mentioned, it is the highest volunteer award that we present to people from state committees, and it's based on the recommendation of the state chair. And I must say that looking at your resume over the years of just sustained service, not just with ESGR, but with a number of things that you've been involved with and remain involved with, your selection into this elite group of people who are selected annually as a Roche Award winner was an easy one. And I want to say, as Dalton mentioned, that Jim Roche was our first national chair with ESGR, and also the CEO and board of directors chair for General Motors. And General Motors, by the way, happens to be our first signer of a statement of support for ESGR. But what you do and what you continue to do for our men and women who serve in the nation's Guard and Reserve, and for our employers, who support them and support them very well has been superlative over an extended number of years. It's not something that's just a recent event. You've had a long history of great support for ESGR and for those that we support. And I hope and I appreciate Delton taking the time to share this with so many other members of the North Dakota Committee, but also to the leadership of the services that we support, to understand the amount of work that goes in by our volunteers. And you of course had a long history of uniformed service. You understand that, but the support of these volunteers and North Dakota has got a great committee. It is really exciting, energetic, energized, and well led, and has great people. And I'm proud to have this opportunity to spend a few moments with you. I also want to thank Carol for her support. Just like with the military family, what we know is that a lot of things that happen with volunteer efforts don't happen unless we've got support from the family at home. So Carol, thank you for supporting Dave for all these years, not only with the ESGR, but all his years of military service. So congratulations and job well done, Dave.
Thank you, Chair Bogle, for those kind remarks. And we're fortunate again to have with us today Captain Robbie Underhill. Captain Underhill is the Executive Director for ESGR and is our day-to-day leader. But Captain Underhill, I will turn the mic over to you.
Hey, thanks, Dalton. I appreciate you, sir. Hey, I'm kind of disappointed because I was really hoping that somebody on this call would be out ice fishing and I could see them broadcasting from the inside of their ice fishing hut. But hey, it's okay. You know what I'm excited about right now? Not only this award for Dave Johnston, but also for the number of people that are on this call and the reach. We've got the Navy, we've got the Air National Guard, we've got National Guard, General Dorman. Sorry, I don't know which service you're from, sir, but the fact that we have all the services on here, I see Scott Staudinger, the regional board of directors member, has joined into this. And this to me is the beauty of this platform that you mentioned earlier, Delton. The fact that we can have this reach and this number of folks dial in to recognize Dave Johnston for the tremendous volunteerism that he has presented to this committee and to ESGR as an organization. So I'm thrilled to be here today. This is when you were reading off his accolades, I was like, oh yeah, this is exactly why this award was created, is for folks like Dave who spend just countless hours giving back to the community, giving back to the employers, giving back to the service members that are out there. So thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate everything that this committee does for us. Keep up the great work. And at some point, I'd like to hope that I can make a trip out there and come see you all out in snowy North Dakota. So, all right, enjoy it. Thank you so much, Delton. Congratulations, Dave.
Yeah, thank you, Captain Underhill. And where I live, if I'm looking out my living room window, there are about 52 fish houses out there. We'll get you in one of them, I promise, if you want to make the trek north. So anyway, thanks for joining today, Captain Underhill. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks.
And now, one of the things that that's made our job with ESGR a lot easier is our partnership with our National Guard headquarters folks and dear friends and folks that have just really helped to elevate, at least in the 3 now going on 4 years that I've had the pleasure of serving as ESGR state chair, and that is the Office of the Adjutant General. And we've had nothing but a great relationship with General Dorman and General Huber and all the folks at Frayne Barracks. And we couldn't be successful in what we do without their support and what they do to help make sure that we're keeping our mission going. So with that, I want to turn the floor over to our leader in North Dakota, the Adjutant General for the state of North Dakota, Major General Alan Dorman. General?
Hey, thanks, Delton. First, for Captain Underhill, I'm in the Army. It seemed like it pained you to say the word Army. I'm picking up on a Navy Air Force bias here, but I am in the Army. We also have almost zero snow on the ground in Bismarck, and I think the mosquitoes are out already. So for all you from North Carolina and other areas, give North Dakota another look. It might be worth your time. I just want to share gratitude. I don't know if I can say it better than Delton already has, or Mr. Bogle, or the command or the captain. But there are many that serve our armed forces. There are a few that serve it for a lifetime, and that's Dave. From his active service to his reserve service to staying engaged with ESGR, and for the entire ESGR team, whether you ever wore a uniform or not, you are serving your country every single day. And I need you to know that. I think you do, but it's not just your service. I say the same thing to employers. When you support a guard and reservist, you are serving our United States military. So thank you all for that. Dave, Carol, thank you for years of service. I know it's a team effort, but I've been to a number of ESGR events in Fargo going back years and years, and Dave is always there, always engaged. And again, Delton reeled off all the things that he has done and the hours he has served. And it's not just our military, it's his community, just the epitome of what a great American looks like. So Dave, thank you for that. But Delton, thank you. Delton's my new teammate, my honorary co-commander of the National Guard. But we have a lot of great people, and Delton talked about some of the great people. But it also takes great leaders like Delton to take the time to recognize these great people. So thank you, Delton, for that, for the whole team. And Delton, mentioned what General Engelman's doing and others, but Delton and the whole team sets the tone, and it's obvious in North Dakota they're setting the right tone, and that makes a big difference. Right now, we're inching up on 100,000 person hours of COVID response with National Guardsmen. That's the largest domestic response in the history of the North Dakota National Guard. But that's just one of, pipeline protests, short notice call outs for protests after the George Floyd murder. You name it, it puts a lot of pressure on guardsmen and on our employers. And the reason that we're able to do that is because that third leg of the stool, after our jobs, our families, it's our employers, and the work you do every day really helps allow us to do our mission. So again, congratulations to Dave. Thank you, Delton, for taking the time to recognize these great volunteers you have in this organization. And again, thanks to the whole ESGR team. You really do make a difference. And again, you're serving right alongside us, and we deeply appreciate it. Thanks all.
Yep. Thank you, General Dorman. Very much, as always, appreciate the partnership and the support, and just can't say enough about the relationship that we have, and look forward to serving as well as your honorary commander, sir. So you'll be able to keep me in line some more. So anyway, look forward to it. And now I'm going to have a good friend of Dave's kind of finish up. I know that I know a lot of people would probably like to join in today on some things, but I'm going to turn the mic over to former Adjutant General, retired Adjutant General, and a good friend of Dave, and gentleman that also is just one of the best volunteers you will see. You would think after years of dedicated service, he would just sit back and smoke a cigar and get in his rocking chair and ease back, but that doesn't happen. So Major General Mike Haugen, Mike, if you're on, if you would want to say a couple of words, take yourself off mute, and I'll let you pick on Dave for a little bit.
Okay, thanks so much, and congratulations, Dave, and congratulations, Carol. You're right; it's a team effort when you start talking about volunteering and what we do with families. I just had lunch with Dave yesterday, and I had a hard time not spilling the beans about today. But I just want to thank everybody for nominating him. Thank Dave for the hard work he does. And it's great to have him recognized for the many different things that he does. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you, General Haugen. Very much appreciate it. So thanks for all you do as well. And thanks for keeping Dave in line when you guys get together. So up on the screen, we were able to confiscate a few pictures. So, you know, Jeanette's got one up on the screen here. I just want to have a little fun with this for a minute or so. But, you know, as I mentioned, Dave's also very involved in the American Legion Honor Guard, being the Navy guy, former president of the North Dakota Navy League. You know, we've got a new boat named after the state of North Dakota, the USS North Dakota. So Dave has been a part of that and promoting that. And then one of the fun activities, and I know we're not supposed to do this, but yet it helps us spread that ESGR message. But we were able to, a bunch of us at the last Fargo Air Show, have some fun with showing some disabled veterans from the local area veterans homes. We got a picture of Dave anyway, after we were done with our duties, and had a chance to watch the Thunderbirds demo. But here we got this Navy guy with all these Air Force Thunderbird guys. So I don't know if there's any rules against pictures with Navy guys and Air Force guys, but great picture that I have of Dave there along with the commander of the Thunderbird. So, and Jeanette, I think we had one more picture. Yeah, here's one that we got Dave with his Navy uniform on. And this is a recent picture as Dave was honored with an award for the Northern Lights Council of Boy Scouts. And I don't believe I mentioned that, but this is an award that Dave was recognized with back in December, but it was the Staff Sergeant Andrew P. Nelson Award for outstanding leadership and service. And it goes to a veteran and a volunteer. You don't necessarily have had to have been a Boy Scout, but somebody in the community that's recognized for leadership and volunteerism. So Dave received that in December. So with that, now Dave, Jeanette, we can turn the screen back over, but now I'll let Captain John, I always call him Admiral Johnston, I guess. I don't know, Captain Underhill and Chair Bogle, I think if the state chairs get the protocol 2-star rank, maybe we need for vice chairs to get the 1-star protocol rank. But I always call, even though he's a captain in the Navy Reserves, I always call him Admiral Johnston. So Dave, the floor is yours before you need to go farming here. And you got to take yourself off mute.
Okay, there you go.
There you go.
Well, Dalton, you put in this too many times. This one caught me by surprise.
Thanks for the promotion,
Yeah.
Admiral. That was nice.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
help that retirement check, but yeah.
Yeah, even at Course Plus, there's one of your National Guard guys that works out every morning. I walk through and I call him General, and he says, "Good morning, Admiral." So you're not the only one. So I thank you for that. I thank you, everybody that's been on here. I saw a picture of everybody that have been rolling through and looking at, and it's so great to have everybody here. And you start with just Dalton for doing this, and you can't help but say thank you to Jeanette too. The newsletter came out, and I told Carol, I said, "My gosh, the whole back page is nothing but Fargo Patriot Awards." So, and we even got another one coming up Friday, I understand. So it's
2 of them, 2.
yeah, to General Dorman. You know it, when you talk about Army, Air Force, Navy, I go back a long way with the National Guard. I used to be the Navy liaison to the National Guard, along with the Air Force and Army guy. And this one came from Keith Bierke when he was adjutant. So been around longer than I thought, I guess. But I just thank you all for the words and compliments. I guess I don't even think about when we're going about all these Patriot Awards and whatever, but it'd be so much nicer to be able to walk in and present these Patriot Awards in person. But I can't tell you that the Zoom, it's been interesting too, because you can have people from all over the country, and even my members. Joe Duncan, she was in a committee meeting today. Can't be here, so that's too bad. But
Nope, she's on the line.
She's
on.
here. Sandy Jelvik. Nope, I'm leaving for Virginia. I see she was on here. So, and Mike Halligan, he could have said something yesterday, give me a little hint or whatever, but no, we were busy talking about everything else. So, and it's always a joy to meet up with him and just the whole committee that we have here. I know it's been tough not being able to get together, but we'll keep trying. Ron Bogle, Robbie, we'll keep going. One of these days, Fargo only had no deaths yesterday, so we're getting there. I know everybody wants to take their mask off, but I think we're still better keep wearing them. And so, again, thank you to everybody. Colonel Anderson, thank you for so much that you've done out there, and the help we got from you with the lunch with the boss. That was outstanding. So, and Commander Greenway, I know you're on, or saw your picture on here. Always great to associate with the Navy and the CEO of the Reserve Center. And now we got, if things go well, more than likely we're going to have another Navy week in Fargo. So hang on there, Army, Air Force. The Blue Angels are coming back, commanded by our own Brian Kesselring. So,
Yep.
And as far as my afternoon of farming, I go out there and sometimes I sit on a tractor and just push a couple buttons. Today's not the most enjoyable. He calls and says, you got afternoon free, help use the vacuumator to suck the grain out of the grain bin. So it will be a sweaty, hard job. No ice fishing. So into the grain bin. I had my laptop with me. I could be on here from the grain bin. But anyway, thank you all. And Joy, I can't wait to get together with the ESGR or, probably a beer someplace. Joe, you know where that's at. And we can discuss where we're going with this ESGR program. It's just, I know we got 3 more Patriot Awards coming, Jeanette, and I see my good friend Shirley out there. Nice to have you here, Shirley. And I'll talk to you later. So thank you, everybody. Have a great day. I can stay here all afternoon rather than go to that grain bin.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Dave. Well, yeah, you bet. Thank you, Carol, for all you do. And Dave, congratulations. It's an exciting day. Certainly a highlight of my 4 years of having the honor of heading up the ESGR for North Dakota. So be careful in that grain bin today, but hey, soybean prices are up, so they need to be moved. So
It's all wheat. It's wheat. So.
Oh, it's wheat. Well, wheat's up too, so take advantage of that.
It
So
is.
anyway, well, hey, so
Congratulations, Dave.
yeah, awesome.
I think, Joe.
We have with us today, and I know I wanted to spend the last minute. I know if some of you need to go, and Dave, by the way, before I forget, we have a number of folks, and I know we'd have should have allocated more time. Believe me, we will get together and when we can. And this is an award that I am going to deliver in person somehow when we actually get the award, Dave. So we will make that happen, and we'll put together a special event for you when we're able to do that and when it gets here. And I think the national announcements come out probably in June of any other potential winners for this award, if I don't recall. But anyway, we'll make it happen.